for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
கொரோனா வைரஸ் பாதிப்பு காரணமாக சீனாவில் இருந்து பொருட்களை இறக்குமதி செய்ய தடை செய்யப்பட்டுள்ளதால் திருப்பூர் பின்னலாடைகளுக்கு நிறைவேற்ற பயன்படும் ரசாயனங்கள் விலை 20% வரை உயர்ந்துள்ளது. சீனாவில் பரவியுள்ள கொரோனா வைரஸ் காரணமாக உலக அளவில் பெரும் பொருளாதார தாக்கம் ஏற்பட்டுள்ளது. குறிப்பாக சீனாவில் இருந்து பொருட்கள் ஏற்றுமதி மற்றும் இறக்குமதி செய்ய பல்வேறு நாடுகளும் தடை விதித்துள்ளது. இந்தியாவிலும் சீனாவில் இருந்து பொருட்கள் இறக்குமதி செய்வதற்கு தற்காலிகமாக தடை விதிக்கப்பட்டுள்ளது. இதன் காரணமாக பல்வேறு பொருட்கள் தட்டுப்பாடு ஏற்படும் சூழ்நிலை ஏற்பட்டுள்ளது. குறிப்பாக திருப்பூரில் தயாராகி வரும் பின்னலாடைகளை நிறைவேற்ற பயன்படும் முக்கிய ரசாயன வேதிப்பொருளான ஹச் ஆசிட் என்ற மூலப்பொருள் 90% சீனாவிலிருந்து மட்டுமே இறக்குமதி செய்யப்பட்டு வருகிறது. ரசாயனங்களில் கலக்கப்படும் மிக முக்கிய பொருளான இந்த ஹச் ஆசிட் இறக்குமதி செய்யப்படாததால் ரசாயனங்களின் தட்டுப்பாடு அதிகரித்த நிலையில் இதன் விலையும் கடந்த வாரத்தில் இருந்து 20% வரை உயர்ந்துவிட்டது. வரும் நாட்களில் இந்த விலை ஏற்றம் மேலும் அதிகரிக்கும் அபாயம் உள்ளதாகவும் பின்னலாடை நிறுவனங்கள் வருத்தம் தெரிவித்துள்ளனர். மேலும் சீனாவில் இந்த ஆசிட் தயாரிக்கும் பகுதிகளில் கொரோனா வைரஸ் பாதிப்பு இல்லை என்பதால் ஒரு மாதத்திற்குள்ளாக மீண்டும் இறக்குமதி துவங்கிவிடும் என நம்பிக்கை உள்ளதாகவும் நம்பிக்கை தெரிவித்துள்ளனர்.
ஆமாங்க. இல்லைங்க, அப்ரூவ் இருக்கா என்ன ஏது இங்கே பார்த்தோம். நம்ம எந்த சைட்லையுமே ரன்னிங் ஆகல. எதுங்க இருக்குதுங்களா? சரிங்க. நான் இருங்க விட்டு தரேன்.
I hope everyone all right, you know. I'm feeling fine, man. No, when I make nothing get to upsy-topsy and go sideways and backways and all them something there, you know, 'cause too much things are happen. So we have to keep level-headed. Yeah, we have to keep level-headed. If you know, mind sharp, man, we get sucked in by the madness we are going around with. We must not allow ourselves to be sucked in by all the madness that is going on, because life is so beautiful. There's more things good about living than bad. Much more things. So make we search the good in life. Because we know say sometimes the bad must buck you up around the corner. Yeah man, all the while too. The bad have no partiality, you know. It's no partial, it buck you around the corner and do things will make you get miserable and irritable and can't function. But we confident, say life must be lived abundantly. So we are preach life. We are preach liberty. And we hope the ones them upon the same wavelength. Because that's how it's going to go. The life that you search for is you have to make it be what you want it to be. And I know everyone wants them life to be good. Good life. Abundant. Yes. No food. No things. I'm serious about that too. Yeah. Everyone wants to have a good living condition. So you must have a house. And some land around it for plant, some food. Yes. Because that is really what it is all about. It's all about land and power. Land is the basis of power. And those who don't have no land can maintain any power or have any powership in a them corner. So we all did have land. And we all come on the earth and occupy a space. The world, the earth is not overpopulated. You know, I'm telling you no foolishness. The earth is not overpopulated. It is the unequal distribution of land that is causing the problem. And if you don't believe me, look in Kingston. Kingston is a small place. Kingston is from down at the wharf, come up to a crossroad. After that, in a half a tree. After that, in a St. Andrew. Kingston was spread far. But check how claustrophobic it is. The amount of people live in a Kingston. And then when you move out of Kingston now, and you go to a place like St. Catherine, you go in a place like St. Mary, you drive and all you cannot say is cow, pan piece, a little piece of one cow, two cow, pan acres of land. Just turn pan the highway and drive. And count how much house you see on the side of the road, the side of the highway, before you reach the other side. And check the amount of land around it. Where nobody no live pan, nobody no plant nothing pan it. And you see how the thing go. Unequal distribution of land give you the illusion that land is scarce and everybody can't have land. It's lie them telling. It's lie them telling, man. Most wars that have been fought in earth was fought over land because them know what is under the land and them know what is on top of the land and the people them who occupy the land. So them come and them take away your land. Them take away the land. In Africa, them take away the land. Jomo Kenyatta talk about that. Them come to Africa with them gun and them Bible. And them teach us to pray with our eyes closed. And when we open our eye, we have the Bible and them have the land. And now people hold on upon the Bible like say that is them deliverer or them deliverance. Look how long we hold on upon it and things get worse for African people, worse. Because we are trying to interpret also, configure it, interpret it, get versions to it, try to read other books that coincide with it, all these things we try to do. But our life, that living, that experience of feeling how beautiful life is, kind of a flash pass way. A flash pass way. Look how much killing are going on in Jamaica. We live in a killing field, not a mango field or a hockey walk. It's a killing field. Every day, in a Jamaica, somebody kill somebody, or somebody kill themselves. Every day. Right now, the car and the bike accident on the road seem like them a try outdo the gunman them. Yeah. It look like the man them a ride bike and a drive car for outdo the gunman them for say, watch out, you kill 200, me can't kill 201. It's a terrible thinking, terrible situation. Children having disease that was only reserved for elders, according to them. Disease that was only there for elders. Now children is having it. Young men and young women just get a car and don't even know if it drive and crash it and kill them and them friend. We must preserve life to the fullest while we are here, breathing, speaking, seeing, feeling, hearing, touching, tasting, thinking. We must preserve our existence and how we go about maintaining that wonderful and beautiful thing that is called life. We must take a stock on how we treat in the environment. The environment is there to treat us wonderful, and it has been there before us. The earth was here millions of years before human beings come on it. Millions. When I talk about Bible talk now, we say a 6,000-year-old. We are talking about millions of years. The earth was here before man. The animals was here before man. Imagine that. The animals was here before man. If you want to talk about science or you want to talk about creation story, it tell you that. Creation story tell you say animal make before man. Science show you say the animal them was here long before man. Millions of years before man. Yet still man come upon the earth now and see this beautiful thing. This beautiful thing. And look what we're doing to it. And look what we're doing to the animals them. We all have this feeling, this thinking, this indoctrination that tell us say the animals them must be eaten for us to survive. Who taught us that? Who tell us say we have to eat flesh, the flesh of animals, to live and to survive? Someone tell us that, and we maintain it. Whether you're in Africa, Asia, Europe, South or Central America, North America, Antarctica, Australia, someone decides say we must eat animals to survive. And then we go beyond just eating them. We go beyond making them sport. You have season for kill birds. Imagine that. The bird flying, and you have a season that men create for shoot bird and don't look on it like nothing. Nothing. It's not bird, no, they are nothing. I mean, you can't say animals where is detrimental to your existence and your survival, like a mosquito or even a rat, was detrimental to your survival. But a thing like a bird, people have season, human beings have season to kill birds. Woe unto you, mighty men, with your guns. What a day when these birds recognize your evil spirit and attack it. There was a movie named The Birds by Alfred Hitchcock, where the birds them start to attack the people them. Woe, them say woe, woe unto man and his folly that say him. Who tell him these things? That him is mightier than the animal because him have something named thinking. Him have something named calculating, intellect. So how come him so intellectually capable? And him can turn to something named animal and eat them. Eat them. And the way them stay, the way how human beings develop themselves, you know, it's really a weird thing. Because you have some human beings scoff at other human beings who eat certain kind of animal. And you have other human beings who would never eat certain animals because they've never seen nobody eat it yet. So in certain environment, people eat certain animals that would disgust, that certain people would frown upon. That's people, when you look at them people there and you see them eat it, you'll have vomit. Because you say, Lord, look what them eat. And likewise you have animals where you eat, where maybe the person who you have frowned upon from a different environment might say, them can't believe say I eat that. Men trying to devour the earth and not recognizing him folly. Because it is a folly to eat animals. It is a folly. Somehow we wake up to it. Somehow we... I know you have people that say, what am I talk about? I talk about something where you'll find very stupid. The consumption of flesh. The consumption of animals. And there are animals that don't eat animals. But that is the way of animals. Animals who eat animals, that's the way of animals. You have man who eat man. Them call them cannibal. Or Hannibal, according to them story. You have men who eat men. Papua New Guinea. You have certain places in Papua New Guinea. You have certain places that man will eat man and don't feel nowhere. India. And you have certain places that man will never eat pig. Yet still you have certain societies that think a pig is the end and the beginning of it. The alpha and omega in eating. You have people who eat horses and donkeys and dogs and cats. Yet still other people in a certain part of the environment them look down upon these things and look down upon the people them who eat it too. How disgusting it is that you're eating a dog. Yet still you turn around and eat a pig. If you eat pig, you can't eat any animal. May I say that? If you eat pig, you can eat any animal. And the consequence of eating animals in this time, when I talk about last time or one time, the consequence of eating animals in this time is the slow death or poison of human beings. Death or poison of human beings. That our life will become more miserable, more aggression, more aggressive because of our continuous consumption of flesh. Man have all sorts of things to say. And as I speak, and I know some people out there say, you can't go and talk damn foolishness. Well, what can I say? I have people who read the Bible in the Old Testament and say, the Bible says you must eat that and don't eat that and don't eat that. And then you have a next man who read the New Testament and say, call nothing that I make unclean. And that passage wasn't talking about animals. It said, rise, Peter, kill and eat. Yeah, man, the Bible says so. Rise, Peter, kill and eat. The moral of that story was about a man who was a Gentile, as a matter of fact, who was coming into the house. And the Jews them see them as unclean. Because they never supposed to come to the house. And you know, Paul is a man who accept everything. Peter is a man start to accept everything. And it show them say, because not that I make unclean, you know. And I'm showing the moral of the story. There's a moral to that story. But when I go into that moral of that story, we are say that people must recognize them folly when them start to tell you about man must have dominion over all animals, because you can't have dominion over all animals. Some animals are them still, so them nyam you. Yes. Some animals, because them can't tell the story of how human beings behave and react. As a certain animals, see, all of a sudden them start to get ignorant. And them want to put an end to your life. Because you're not walking at the footpath of any spiritual connection. You don't have no connection between animals, birds, flowers, trees, and human beings. You don't have no connection with your human being themselves, much less. If you don't have no connection with human beings, or you have connection with the animal, them go and run when them see you, or attack you when them see you. And it's only sometimes you can domesticate an animal, and the animal yield to your call. So you domesticate the animal, and you don't eat animals who you domesticate. Nobody walks around and want a poodle for lunch, or a Jack Russell for dinner, or a Rottweiler to keep a party. That's disgusting to a whole heap of people. But the Rottweiler, the Jack Russell, will protect you. They will protect you from outside forces, sometimes evil forces. They will protect you in lieu of their life. Because sometimes the dog will show so much love for the master, according to the master, that word again, that he will give his life for his master. Protecting you in times of evil that is coming on you. Yet still a man that take that same dog, see him wandering on the road and take him and carry him, go cook him. And it sounds disgusting because it's a dog. But what to when you take the goat, and you see the goat wandering, and you take the goat and go cook him, and I cut off all them balls, and I talk about manish water and all them something there. And the goat with him head down and slight him throat and all these things. You don't think say that feeling, the goat have a feeling. You don't think say the cow. Did you know that cows know when they are going to die and they emit a certain acid, amino acid, a certain acid in their body that poison it right through? It's like fear. The fear of death is worse than death. So it's like a human being. You're walking on the street and you see a man come towards you. There's a certain acid that starts to penetrate your whole body. And then if you see him take out a gun, it's worse. That fear grips you to the point where, unbelievable, it poisons your body. Fear is a poison, you know. Fear is a poison. Fear poisons people. And the fear of death is worse than death. Because when the mind, the brains start to spin and go over and figure out, is this my time now? Shall I die now or not? Or whatsoever, what I can do now? I'm going to beg for my life. I'm going to put up a resistance. All of them things they're gone in your mind, your brains. This is so. We are talking about. We are going now with this disease. Virus, a virus, and we see that they must say it's a pandemic. You know, pandemic means all. It's an epidemic that deals will confront everyone. Pandemic. So they might look for a cure. My mind tell me say them find the cure still, but them just go and see what I got. But how me know you not more about the dengue thing again? Well, them take holiday or how it go? Because all of a sudden, me know hear no dengue thing a go on. Me know hear nobody a talk about dengue again. Nobody not dead from dengue again. You know, me remember the chick V thing when we hear about chick V, everybody, and the chicken gun, yeah, everybody did a run up and down, and then it just stopped sudden, so boof, baff. Same thing with the Ebola. You know much, thousands of people dead from Ebola in West Africa, Sierra Leone and Guinea. And what, Ebola gone or what? People still are dead from Ebola or what? I don't understand. Because we used to one the other day, they go down in a Congo there, like it a move. But we never see nothing go on the west coast. Sorry, the east side of Africa. So they must say it's two countries mainly that spread it. China and Italy. Ironically, China and Italy have spread this disease. Italian infect one in Nigeria. Infected one was in Nigeria, not infect them not infect nobody yet. But one who was infected from Italy went to Nigeria and them found say them was infected. And then we say one who was infected in Italy went to Brazil and them found that they were infected. And we see the Jamaican government has struggled to keep it out seriously with some ship. Why it's amazing this thing, this fear factor is a terrible thing, man. It drives you nuts if you don't have no bolt. Believe you me. We will continue doing, you know. Yeah, man, we will continue, man. We not make the fear stop you from doing nothing. No, sir. Now make the fear stop you from doing nothing. We are continuing with life, see them like how we are going with it. Unless them tell you something different. You know, like how them have certain people under quarantine in them yard. You can't leave your yard. Well, me had to leave my yard anyway. But no one wants a virus to start attack the people. Because it's going to cripple a whole heap of things. Right now, it's a cripple all airline flights. to China and Italy and them place there. People don't want to go to Italy or China anymore. So we don't know what is happening. We say somebody dead in America. More than one dead in America with it. But we want to play something tonight that we think is of serious value to the discourse. And I want the people to listen to it carefully, because of all the whole heap of talking and talking about this virus, yeah, this person break it down, seriously break it down for the normal person to understand what it is. Yeah, of all the conspiracy theories and the this and the that are go around, the person that we, as a matter of fact, we're trying to get him to, not a Jamaican, we're trying to get him on the radio tomorrow. But we want to play the clip that draw me to him. Yes, him have a clip on YouTube that draw me to him. And it was amazing, him stand up there and a reason about the whole thing. Before that, we went to play this brand new CD. We've been playing this song, but now it's up on the CD. Yes, a Safari. Bring out a CD named Inna Your Face, with several poets on it. So we're going to play this one. You know, we just talk about the earth and life a while ago. The elements is the next thing where man fight against, you know. Yeah, man. Man fight against elements to the point now where he might talk about ozone depletion. Ozone depletion, meaning say certain air, oxygen and carbon that we're supposed to have I get depleted. You know, we breathe in oxygen and we breathe out carbon dioxide, and the plant, them supposed to work it out with we. Yeah, man, because we and the plant are work together, you know. We and the plant, them working together. A whole lot of people don't know that and don't understand that. Some people choose to just chop down every tree where them can find and make concrete and steel put up there. We are watch how this government are work, you know. As government don't look like them interested in a plant. I hear them talk about plant a million tree, you know, but that is not so it go. It's not so it go. Plant a million tree, yes, but you have certain space that should be designated as green space. Look here, you have bill and you have bill and you have bill. We don't want a little more, you have to go to a museum, go find out what a tree look like. Yes, because we see them things in a comic, you know, in a movie, where you see a whole city, you know, see not one tree, not one plant life, pure metal and steel. And we look like we are turned it into that, because maybe Hollywood movies is showing us a glimpse of the future when them show us certain things like all these outbreak, the movie, disease movies and Walking Dead movie and all them things. And maybe them really showing you of what is to come from human beings. Terrible set of creature them, human beings. Terrible, terrible, man. Them destroy every good thing in front of them, man. And build back things that is false. You want a better example now? We are going now with our beautiful African sister them. Look at what them doing to themselves. Nature give them kinky black ear and them cut it off and wear extensions and false wigs. Nature give them beautiful eyelash. Them pluck it now and I put in false eyelash. Nature give them eyebrow. Them shave it off and use crayon and mark it. Nature give them breasts. Them push things in it, silicone in it, them bottom, them do this to that. May I tell you? We lost, man. Not just African people, really, but human beings in general. We don't know how sweet it would be to just work with nature, man. You man I talk about God and all them something there. God in the sky and God will come back and God. That not work out, you know. Because there's no way a compassionate God could lie in the sky and see so much wickedness are going on and young baby are dead and people as rape man or rape woman and woman. I kill man and all them something and just sit down up there and I look on it like say I know nothing. No way. No, you talk about compassion. It's either him can't do it, can't help it, can't figure it out, or him figure it out but refuse to help it. Because there's no way a man can tell me about this so-called Christian God. We're supposed to be omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent, and all the omni where you can't think pan. Or can can something be omnipresent? And they're talking about him is coming down from. Coming down from where? Him no, you can't, if you're omnipresent, you're up there and down here. You man talk about God a come down. Let me say God never done yet, so he's not omnipresent then. He's not omnipresent. But his stories, his doctrine. Doctrine, because the Western mind use doctrine to decide what they must do and what they must do. The African mind use experience and connection with earth to know what they must do and what they must do. I hear some theologian, Christian theologian that talk about if you never have Christianity, where would men morals come from? What the hell him talking about? What I mean? You mean everybody who have morals is Bible, them get it out of? So what was man doing before Bible exists? They never have no morals. Morals not decided by what you read in a book. Determined. Because what you have there is not the spirit of man. It's doctrine. A doctrine till you say, don't do this, don't do that, don't do that, do that, don't do that, don't eat that, don't eat that, eat that, and all that, something like that. That is nothing. African people never have these things around them to go into it and say, all right, I can see what I must do now. Okay, I'm not supposed to do that. I'm supposed to do this. And also we did live in Africa. We come know wrong and right, good and bad, from a come out of a mother's womb. The Native American them did know wrong and right from them come out of their mother's womb. The Aboriginal people, them did know wrong and right before them come out of their mother's womb. They never have to read no book to tell them what wrong and what right. Them know that from anciency as we call it. But we lose that anciency because we lose the connection with the flower, the plant, then we lose that connection. Right now, not nobody, but most people don't want to connect with birds and flowers and trees and all them something there. Them see it as an impediment against them livelihood. Yeah, well, people see it as impediment against them livelihood. You know, them feel to talk to all a tree, you know them way there. You know, madman, that's what white people they think when them go to Africa. When white people see the Africans stand up in front of the tree and attack, him say this man is madman. And them don't know say, it's respect for the tree. The African is giving respect to the tree because him knows him going to go chop it down. For make house, for make boat, for even make fire for him food. So before him chop it down, him have to really pay homage to the tree. Just like the Native American who pay homage to all different animals. Even when them going to kill the animal for food, them have to give some form of recompense to that. Because them know say it's a life them a give up for your next life. White man go America and him never go eat the animal. Him just kill the animal and chop off the neck and go carry it, go home, go put it up on him wall. Imagine that. Him see a deer, him just chop the deer and go put it up on him wall. Him see a lion, him kill the lion, chop off the head and go put it on him wall. That terrible thing. And then when them talk about we uncivilized. We African people, them say uncivilized. Indigenous people, them say uncivilized. What was the Taino doing here? The Taino was a peaceful set of people. Yeah, man. And them come here and wipe out the Taino in the name of them God. So them look for gold and all them something. They chop off the people, them wrists. If you don't bring back no gold, I'll give them time. Them chop off your wrists. Them go in a Belgium. Belgium, them go. 10 million slaughtered. Because them want what the land produce. And if them send you out there to go find certain things and you don't find it, them chop off your foot. Your shoes part of your foot and your wrist them. You know much people in Africa, in a Congo, was walking around without hand because them hand was chopped off by these wicked people who come in the name of Jesus. So most of them was Christians. And you have black people here so now who would tell you, say, no, them are not Christian, them are not Christian. You are not Christian neither. Look upon all the things them do in the name of Jesus and tell me if any of them things there is what Africans used to do in the name of some God. Not about African people, you know. And you have people, you have indigenous people who use what them call living sacrifice. Living sacrifice. Them sacrifice human beings to them gods. And even them was more civilized than the Europeans. Even them was more civilized than the Europeans. Because that European tragedy still continue up to this day. That we have to celebrate our Black History Month. That them will lick it out away so much that we start to almost behave like Black History Month is a crime to really declare a thing Black History Month. It's like, why the hell you want to talk about Black history? Where blacks don't have no history. We used to run up and down naked, beat drum, and wild and swing from tree to tree. As some most Jamaicans, some most African people see Africa who outside Africa. And then them come now and civilized way. In the name of Jesus, we get civilized. And meanwhile, them are civilized way. Them name all ship Jesus. John Hawkins ship, Queen Elizabeth I. Ship name Jesus. If you come cross, come take off, you can carry them, come cross or so. And then them tell us that we don't have no history. The only history we know or have is where them give away. And the farthest history we can think about is the one in the Bible. Even in Ethiopia, you go to Ethiopia, the people them can't tell you nothing about Ethiopia past Solomon and Sheba. Nothing. Them can't tell you about Ethiopia. I have Rasta come here so now. I have that same thinking there. Them can't tell you nothing about Ethiopia more than Solomon and Sheba. Ethiopian history not start at Solomon and Sheba. Just like our African history not start at slavery. So even the Ethiopian them get caught too. Because most youth in Ethiopia right now, if you go there, them could not even know about Solomon and Sheba. And if you talk to the elders them in Ethiopia, And you ask them about Ethiopian history. Them started about Solomon and Sheba. Like said, this how Africa start. And Ethiopia is the oldest place where the Europeans invaded. All sorts of people try to conquer it. And then put up themselves there. And the archaeologists them come show you, say, look here, the first fossil of any human being was found in Ethiopia. For the time being is the oldest them find. 3-point-something million year old. 3-point-something million year old. That when you talk about 6,000 year old man, 6,000 year old man in the Bible, them are talk about 3 million years. And you have dynasties and you have civilization that was flourishing from Uganda go right down to Egypt. And from Egypt go right across Morocco, Mali, Dogon people, Ghana, Benin, Togo, go right into Zimbabwe, the stone cities, that's why it named Zimbabwe. Go right down into Southern Africa. And them tell us that we don't have no history. And where we are talking about black history for. Because the people them dumb, deaf and blind. And in some little one-eyed people are lead way. Yes, it's like some little one-eyed. In the kingdom of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. In the kingdom of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. And we have some one-eyed people are lead way so. And some are blind. And we don't want to open our eye because we're afraid of reality. As a matter of fact, when we open the eye, we start to see reality, we curse reality. We prefer living in ignorance. And then them tell us that ignorance is bliss. And we accept that. Blissfulness, ignorance, bliss. What you don't know won't hurt is foolishness. All these little talk is foolishness. What you don't see will hurt you, what you don't see will kill you. You know how much time people don't see certain things and right over them, they're dead, like a doornail. We have to figure it out. We have to figure it out because the time get a funny way. It's like, you know, remember first time you used to go up on a plane and you feel good, so you go to a plane flight. Nowadays you just go up on it because you have to. It's not fun no night again. First time you go up on a tour and you travel, man, and you know it's all a long distance. You feel like, yeah, you want to enjoy, but nowadays plane flight come like, why if you could have do it, don't do it, you just not do it. You know, you have to drive on the road now, and first time you like, say, boy, make you drive, go all country and drive, go downtown, go look on the, you know, the plane, them and take off, and something there. No, you don't want to do it because taxi man them and, you know, the man them a drive a certain way and them way they just feel, you know, it just take away. You have to live up in the hills and recognize the lizard them and the bird them and, you know, all the things them we are trying to run from. We have to embrace them because a little more is either we now go there or them now go there. You think it's a joke. It's either we now go there or them now go there. Here we go. Corona virus. That is the topic of the day now. You know, I hope it's a 9-day one, but still, we just hope so. Anyway, we want to play this. Very important. We're going to play this. Here we go.
Peace. This is KT the Arch Degree, and welcome to Mr. G's YouTube channel. What's going on, y'all? Thanks for joining me. I'm here to talk to y'all about some information as I normally do. You know, y'all got 1,000,001 questions. I know y'all got all types of inquiries, but I think I'm going to stick to a particular point because there's something kind of across the board right now everybody's wondering about, and that would be Wuhan, China. You know what I'm saying? Wuhan got a coronavirus right now. There's a big outbreak taking place over there that hasn't reached a pandemic. It's just an epidemic right now. And the difference between an epidemic and a pandemic is just remember the words epicenter and like Pan-African or Pan Am. When you think of an epicenter, that's like the center of something. When you think Pan Am or Pan-African, you're thinking of a cross. All right. So an epidemic is something that's happening in a central location, is where it popped off at. But when something becomes a pandemic, that means now it's spread all over the world. So it hasn't become a pandemic yet you can find it. It's here in the States. You can find it in a few other countries as well, too, but mainly in Asia. Now, 50 million people are quarantined right now. That's the largest quarantine in human history. 50 million in 17 cities. So pretty much we witnessing the inception of a police state. Because, you know, nobody's going to rock with no police state, but let there be some type of outbreak, folks ain't really going to have a choice. So if we see what's going on right now on CNN by way of Wuhan, China, and apply that here to the States, are you prepared? Do you got enough water at home? Are you growing any of your fruits and vegetables? Do you got grain stocked up? Hopefully you're not dependent upon any products coming in from China. Because if you do, then you're going to get flagged, boy. They're going to be like, what you ordering from China? So why are they quarantining all these people? What is a coronavirus? What is this outbreak? What is going on? What's different with this than others? Well, we've heard of coronaviruses before. We've heard about it back in 2012 with the Middle Eastern Respiratory Syndrome they call MERS. We heard it about 15, 16 years ago with SARS, which is Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome. So we're dealing with a respiratory issue, something going on with the lungs, because when you hear the reports, a lot of people are dying from pneumonia and some heart complications as well. Once again, what is coronavirus? So they call it a coronavirus because when you look under the microscope, it looks like a sun with these rays sticking out. Those rays sticking out are what you would call glycoprotein. Most viruses, if they are enveloped, they have glycoprotein sticking out, which are these little projections that come out the envelope. What are they there for? They're there to hold on and grab to either proteins or certain things that stick outside of the membrane of your cell so it can find a way in. What a lot of people don't know is viruses can't be killed. Like, people be like, KT, yo, how we kill this virus? No, there ain't no killing no virus. Now, you can kill a cell, but you can't kill a virus because a virus isn't alive and it ain't dead. And you can't kill nothing that ain't alive. So you got to think of viruses kind of like a crystal. Like, you wouldn't say, yo, I got to kill that quartz. You know what I'm saying? It just contains a great deal of information in it that can be accessed. So I would say, think of a virus like a floating flash drive. You know what I'm saying? Like a floating flash drive. And if there's floating flash drives, you could just pick out the air and grab a flash drive. You stick it in your computer, any type of files might pop up, right? Some of those files might be detrimental to your computer, to your hardware system, though. So that's what we're dealing with when we're dealing with a virus. In this case, like I said, coronavirus is called so because of the glycoproteins, and that's what they use to get in the cell. So that's a gem. I just gave y'all a gem right there. If the virus doesn't get in your cell, you don't got nothing to worry about. So most of the means in regards to getting rid of the virus has to deal with you preventing it from entering into your cell, you deactivating it as well. When you talk about herpes, when you talk about shingles, when you talk about chickenpox, they're all the same virus. So The reason why a lot of people are popping up with herpes right now and not even having sexual partners is because they have a dormant, deactivated chickenpox virus up in there, and through dehydration, through the lack of water, and through the activation of your lymph system, this reactivates the virus in different forms based on other problems you got in your body. So you can end up contracting shingles, or you can end up contracting herpes simplex 1 or simplex 2, and you thinking, you know, you just laid with somebody, so now you looking at them sideways because you like, yo, you know what I'm saying, why you even tell me, how could you do this to me? But it ain't even them. It's really you, what you going through, your stresses, and the lack of cleansing that goes on in your body. Now, the reason why people are having respiratory issues right now is because when we talking respiratory, what are we talking about? We're talking about the breathing apparatus, your lungs. When you breathe in, you're breathing in through your nose, you're breathing in through your mouth. It goes down your trachea, your windpipe, and then it bifurcates. Bifurcate means split, just like these trees behind me. If you notice, most of these trees, they got a single trunk and then a branch, it splits, like that one back there. There's a couple over there, all around. You go outside and look at trees, they all bifurcate. So does yours. The bifurcation of your trachea is your bronchial tubes. Then your bronchial tubes become your bronchioles, and then your bronchioles terminate into these grape-like, balloon-like sacs that are called alveoli. Now, the same way that the tree trunk bifurcates into big branches, then the branches split off into small twigs. Twigs terminate with what? Leaves or fruit. So you could think of alveoli as the leaves or the fruit of the lungs. Now, normally there's an exchange between gases. The oxygen you're breathing in is going into the blood, which are the capillaries that encapsulate the alveoli, while you exhale, the carbon dioxide is coming out. Now, if you suffer from inflammation inside of the alveoli, what will happen is you are now retaining water, mucus, and other microbes that make it more difficult to breathe. Think about it. If you got an oxygen tank and you go deep sea diving, your airflow is dependent upon the air and the pressure inside that tank. If that tank slightly fills with water or oil or mud, you're going to have a problem, bruh, underneath that water. So you got to think about it like that when it comes to your alveoli. Now, how does the coronavirus fit into all of this? Well, when our blood pressure drops, so we deal with certain situations in our body, our kidney releases something called renin. Our liver releases something called angiotensinogen. They come together, the renin clips off a piece of the angiotensinogen, and now you have angiotensin 1. Angiotensin 1, that's the product. Angiotensin 1 then gets affected by an enzyme that's secreted by your lungs, and it's called ACE. Y'all heard of ACE inhibitors, right? I know a lot of y'all dealing with medications, or you know somebody who's on medications and popping pills. More than likely, they either got some calcium channel blockers, or they got some ACE inhibitors, or they got some statins, okay? ACE inhibitors deal with that enzyme ACE, which is called angiotensin converting enzyme. So, ain't nothing difficult about that. It's obvious an enzyme that converts what? Angiotensin. What are you converting it to? You converting it from angiotensin 1 to angiotensin 2. Once it's converted to angiotensin 2, that connects with receptors in your lungs, and what do? You start to down-regulate nitric oxide, which is a vasodilator. So now you're dealing with vasoconstriction, meaning your blood vessels are now tightening up. If your blood vessels tighten up, that means the passageway in which air flows tightens up. That means you're going from a garden hose to like a coffee straw, all right? So then you have edema coming up, and edema and edema deal with the increase of fluids. You have an increase of the mucus lining. You have macrophages that are showing up, which are your cells that eat up bacteria and other microbes that come inside your body. They have the ability to slide in between the gaps of your cells. So your cells are their own thing, but they come together. And there's a seam, the same way there's a seam on your pants or on your shirt, and white blood cells can fit in those seams. So now you got all these white blood cells in between the layers of the endothelial layers. They start to eat up bacteria and microbes. They defecating. So now you got pus and you got mucus and you got bodies and you got all this stuff. You're going to have problems breathing. Now, all of this happens based on angiotensin 2 not being regulated, meaning if it just continuously gets produced, it'll lead to that. So that's why ACE, which we talked about earlier, has a partner called ACE2. ACE2 regulates ACE. So ACE2 actually is bound to the coronavirus. That's how the coronavirus gets inside you. That's how it gets the key to your house or the key to your car or the key to your mind. It's able to bind with ACE2. And because it binds with ACE2, the body recognizes it, and what it do, it lets it inside of the cell. At the same time it getting let inside the cell, it's also down-regulating or reducing the numbers of ACE2, so now you don't have nothing to regulate ACE. And because you don't have nothing to regulate ACE, now you're dealing with all those problems we just spoke before, which are all the symptoms that these people with the outbreaks are having. So what does that mean? That means that we have to upregulate, we have to increase the amount of ACE2, which is going to end up turning angiotensin into 1 through 7 and 1 through 9, not just angiotensin 2, which is an inflammatory response and something that increases blood pressure. If you're dealing with a fever or flu and you increase blood pressure, you're just going to create more heat and more fire in the body. You're not going to have the ability for nutrients and oxygen to get around the body so your body can get healed. You're going to keep your immune system is going to get neutralized. And if your immune system gets neutralized, you don't have any defense upon the infection that is ensuing. Because viruses are not able to reproduce on their own. They have to hijack bacteria or your cells for its machinery, similar to men getting with women in order to have babies. A man can't have no baby. But if you find that right one, you could lock her down. Y'all can do some things, and next thing you know, 10 months later, y'all got a little mini-me running around. But that's the same thing viruses do, except the mini-me's that running around is worse than baby's kids. They don't die because they ain't alive, and yes, they multiply. So what we have to think about then is, now we can understand why the lungs are getting affected, why people are getting pneumonia, why people are having respiratory issues, because this virus is actually hijacking a natural protein that we produce in our body during the normal states of blood balance, and using that in order to kind of Trojan horse its way into the cells, pretty much raping, because it's penetration without consent. Okay? Think about that. Every time you get a viral infection, you being raped. There's somebody that is penetrating you and dumping their DNA contents all up inside you in order to utilize your spirit, your body, your anatomical and physiological equipment in order to bestow its future generations, so it could survive while you have to tap out. Now, we got to deal with herbs or natural modalities that are going to cool the body, calm the body down. Because what it's doing is increasing blood pressure, it's increasing heat, it's increasing fire. You over-fired up. So you want to deal with certain mechanisms that's going to help cool and calm that body back down and get all of that out of you. One thing that you have to do is make sure you hydrated. The first people to get infected are the people that are dehydrated and don't got enough water in their body, so you got to drink lots and lots of water. The other clue is the fact that it's called a coronavirus, and corona has everything to do with the sun. This is a disease that is running rampant because we are not exposing ourselves to the sun as much as we're supposed to. We don't have hair all over our body because our skin is supposed to be exposed to the sun for vitamin D. When vitamin D expression increases, we have a better way that we're able to deal with all of the issues that would normally hit our immune system because of the vitamin D increase. We know China is leading when it comes to technology. That means they leading with 5G. And if you do the research, you'll find out that there are studies out there that claim 5G technology stimulates the rapid growth and explosion of bacteria and virus. So that means I just have to infect 5 people. And if I create a 5G concentration, now I can infect more people because of the violent explosion of replication that the virus is dealing with inside of all these people. Now it's going to spread. So it's a twofer. It's not just the food and it's not just the virus. It's also the frequencies of the electromagnetic spectrum. This, along with dehydration, is what's causing all of this crazy nonsense. Now people are saying, "Oh man, yo, it's man-made." Of course it's man-made, you know? Of course it's man-made. And that's not to say that this virus didn't stem from other viruses, but not far from the Wuhan seafood market where they say everything popped off, the epicenter, there's the Wuhan Institute of Virology right down the street where you know they studying animals and they studying people. And Beijing, who, you know, they just had their infection statistics pop up. They're the last ones that had a leak at their Institute of Virology some years ago. So it's not far-fetched that that could happen. The main thing that I also want to stress is the fact that wild animals are the source of this virus as well, particularly bats and snakes. And you might ask yourself how bats and snakes get the people. Well, if you look at the 2011 movie Contagion with Gwyneth Paltrow, she played Beth. Remember, Beth means house in Hebrew. She showed at the end of the movie how she got infected. They ended up putting a camera in China where these bulldozers hit a palm tree and shook and bats flew away. The bats ended up flying to the fruit trees, grabbing some bananas. They took their banana to the pig farm. They eaten the banana. One of the bats dropped the banana. The pig ate the banana. The pig then gets taken to the butcher. The butcher's butchering the pig. Then he gets a tap on the shoulder. They're like, somebody want to meet you outside. The chef don't wash his hands. He just wipes it on the apron. And then he go and holler at somebody who wanted to speak to the chef. So when he walks outside, he grabs the person's hand. And that's the transmission right there. Now, that was actually doing China some justice, because if you go to the Wuhan seafood market, what you're going to end up finding is it's actually an underground black market site for wild animals where you could get bats, lions, tigers, bears, crazy animals on the endangered species list. Let's put it that way. We know that we eating way too much meat on this planet. And because of that, just like you, if I'm a child and I'm getting abused, my body, just like in the movie Joker, remember he was laughing in pain, and we end up finding out at the end of the movie he was chained to a radiator and getting the beat shit out of him by his dad, and his mom's wasn't doing nothing. So his mind and his psychology found a way to find joy in a traumatic situation. So whenever he's uncomfortable or he's dealing with trauma, he has an uncontrollable laughter that ends up ensuing. This is the way of him creating some type of immunity, you see. So don't be surprised if animals develop a certain type of immunity when they find out that we way beyond our means, knocking them upside the head, eating them up. And cloning, messing around with genetics and genes in order not just to feed the masses, but to figure out how to Trojan horse some type of compound into food that will affect the psyche of the masses so that they're easily manipulated. So what we're looking at when you see, remember, we got swine flu, we got bird flu, now we got bat and snake flu. You know what I mean? Chicken flu. All of these problems and these issues are stemming from the overabundance of meat consumption.
For continuing at this, but I hope the people that I listened to the brethren a while ago, you know, because there's some serious information, you know. And as we start out the program, I talk about the unnecessary consumption of flesh that is all over the place. The unnecessary consumption of flesh. We don't understand it. We don't understand it because people just eat it because we grow up to be like that. We grow up to be like that, but we live in a different time, you know, a different period in human history. And we have to understand how detrimental it is. Not only to ourselves, but to the world, the globe in general. Yes. And particularly human beings. Human beings. Maybe you're going to have a mutation that will cause us to survive. But the mutation might not be human. The mutation might not be human. We don't even want to imagine it because it carry me going on some movie where me watch. I tell you. This is the Cutting Edge and I FM there with you. You know, it's about Africa, Rastafari, and you know, say, we're out of giant church. So here we know. You see how the thing I go? People don't recognize where I go on. If you look on the Western world, the Western world is controlled by something named capitalism. And embedded in that capitalistic mindset is a religion named Christianity. And people might say, why might I love go back to that thing? Because I have a brethren who, well, I don't call nobody, I don't call which part, but him from university there. Who want to yell him up, you know, African brethren there from the continent. Him say, well, I love everything what me I talk about, but at the same time, I start going on the church thing, you know, him begs. Because him is Anglican, you understand? But we can't say what we are saying, you know. Yeah, we can't say what we are saying because him knows the truth me attack. Him knows it's true me attack, but him done deep in it already. It's like him can't come out. And every man can come out still, you know. Yeah, man, every man can come out, but it's that thing with African people. Them hold on pan things that is not for them own more than all them hold on pan for them own things. Because after them don't demonize our things, them give you for them thing where it's as demonized as them, but we can't see it and we can't recognize it. So we even dead feet. Yeah, we even dead feet, no matter how terrible is it. Them have you try go round the corner and twist it round and bring it round to make it palatable, to make it make sense and all them something there. In our African experience, in our ways, in our culture, and when we say African culture now, I talk about every part of Africa. Any part of Africa, because each part you will find different cultural expressions there. But you never hear Africans a fight over religion. They don't fight over religion. They fight over land. Because we know what land is supposed to be. People based upon what them can't understand and where them can't take the time to sit down and logically reason it out. Them throw it over to supernatural and superstitious natures. So when you look at African people today, most Africans, whether upon the continent or here, so, is caught up in the illusion of superstition. Yes, they are caught up in the illusion of superstition. Because superstition is what drives religion. And now African people is driven by religion, even more than politics. And there's another enslavement that where we can't even see it as enslavement. Because a lot of the people them who control that illusion of superstition is people who, one would say, is very educated. Very educated. Our philosophers wasn't educated. They was experienced, they have wisdom. And wisdom trump education any day. Because them used to use them head and them hand and even them foot too, them use. And nowadays educated people don't know what to use, how to use them and do nothing more than press button on a typewriter or on a computer or on an iPhone. And that is where them level of using them and stop. But the African them who we are talking about now with the wisdom and the ivar standing of how the thing work. When I say how the thing, I talk about the natural surroundings that engulf us, that is bigger than us. Them understand how the thing work in them wisdom, not in them learning. Or we can't say it's learning still. But sometimes it's even through trial and error, them come realize that this is not and this is not. We have the capability at our fingertips to know more than what our sages knew before us. We have the capability to understand things and how it works more now than our ancestors. Yet we find it very difficult to live with each other and to sustain the planet and the animals them that is on it. How is that possible? How is that possible that human beings derive and come forward in this time and evolve into a mind and a thinking that them can predict earthquake, lightning and thunder, that them can bring rain, that them can duplicate human being? How is it that them can build bombs to destroy all a country, create disease, create famine? How is that man evolved to this level? Yet still, him find it very difficult to live with each other and the animals them on it. So may I say, come like it's not evolution, this. Yes, it's not evolution. We never evolve from one stage to the next. It only appears that way. Because one would think that the evolution that we search for would make man be more compassionate and more loving and kind, more generous, more honest, more decent towards each other. That when a man say black, he would say, yes, I know you're black. But you're also a human being. Not when you say black, him say him don't see black. Crazy. It's crazy. He's a black man and him say, well, I don't see color, you know. And it's black people most that say these things. It's black people mostly that say these things. I don't see color, you know. That means there's something wrong with you. So how come we reach a level here in our human existence? And we can't find that life force in a way, that energy in a way, that propel us here. That energy in a way that tell us, say, this is that and this is that. We're not talking about the book energy. We're not talking about no book, you know. Because when we are talking about now, long before man could write, we are talking about now. The energy there where it exists long before books and pen and paper. And that me I talk about. Me I talk about how did we reach to this point where there's more things open up to us. And yet still our way of life, our way of thinking is so demeaning to the planet, to life in general. It's almost like we are the disgusted of all things on earth. We are the disgusted, like the plant, them and the stone and the trees and the birds and the rain and the storm. Disgusted away. Yeah, and I try to figure out a way how we can eliminate all of man. But them don't have to do that. Man is slowly eliminating himself. When man create disease and then have the world panicking. Many times them do it. Many times. It's not the first. It's not the second, third, fourth, fifth, ninth, sixth. It's many times them do it. And have the whole world panicking. Even them. Because these things sometimes lead to mistake. Your Bridget just mentioned a scenario a while ago. This farm where them have, this place where them have, in the same place, where them kill animals, any kind of animal you want, you can't get it down there. And some of the animals have disease and them jump, the disease jump to a next animal and next species of animal. And man hold that animal. And because of him insanitary conditions, him pass that to a next human being. And that human being go home and pass it to him family. And him family go to school and pass it to the whole school. And then the school go to church and this and it just spread. Like what we see happening now, not the first disease that spread like this. It's not the first. Most disease spread that way there. Most virus spread that way there. Attack you. Yes, it attack you. And somehow we don't understand that apart from it's them cause it, whosoever them is that we should be prepared for it. Because we're living in that kind of world now. We're living in that kind of world where we have to prepare for the worst of human being thinking and mentality. That is how human, especially these men who control the world economically and religiously. The same kind of people that do it. The political and religious people, them, the same kind of people, them. Power. Power is a game. Not even the name again, you know, it's a game itself. Power. Power corrupt. Absolute power corrupt, absolutely. And they will do anything to maintain that power. But guess what? Powerful people will never educate powerless people in what it means to take the power away from them. Because the aim of powerful people is to stay powerful by any means necessary. As natural Talking about watch all your posts. Yes, yes.
Yes, King.
Blessed man.
Powerful poem that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Well, one thing to say no more. Abraham God have black people out here still, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from colonialism, which is another name for slavery. Abraham God have we are here.
Mm-hmm. And Abraham God not the people them who give it.
Well, at time we go it, you know. God them never teach you knowledge of self and how to control the spirit and control the tongue and control the self. And if them did teach you that from a little bit, it would be different, you know. But
well, we have to teach yourself, you know, since we know and wake up to the reality of the thing, you know.
For real. For real. He's not a man of many words still.
All right, sir. I can't hear that.
I'm a rate the program, you know.
Give thanks, one.
Yes, I.
All right.
But that time we'll go Abraham God.
Yes.
As far as me see it, Islam tell we out to Christianity and the Jew them fund it. So Abraham God never do nothing good for it.
All right, sir. Give thanks, brethren.
Praises. See?
Yes. This is the son of, well, the man we're going to play now is the son of Alton Ellis. El?
El Muta.
Ah, Mandingo, you know, man.
Oh, man, yeah, man. I love the reasoning, yes. So the mental enslavement through Christianity and to some of our other people through Islam, too, you know what I mean? You know, for control the minds of our people, you know, where Arabs and Europeans do. But this coming Saturday, the 7th, out by the African Cultural Archives in Brixton, starting at 12:30 in the day, there's going to be a demonstration about the recent racist deporting of Jamaicans who have been in this country for a long time.
Yeah.
Some from early childhood. And
So what are we doing there? What are we going to do?
no, it is a continuation of the campaign about the racist.
Oh, yeah. No, what's
environment.
what kind of,
You
what
know,
going to happen there? What going to happen? No, I know what it is about, but what going to happen there? I mean, you having a special speaker there where, you know, what going to happen?
Not special speakers as such, but people who are involved in our community's affairs, that, you know what I mean, and I'm part and parcel of that.
Okay.
Participating. It's part of the ongoing campaign whereby the other day we had blocked the roads by Downing Street and by Parliament and so on.
Yeah.
And that kind of pressure on one Thursday and the Monday before the Tuesday deporting made what they wanted to deport 50 Jamaicans, instead 17 were deported. But it's as a result of that kind of public pressure and that type of situation. You know? And we're having a situation to where the Home Office have even deported a Pakistani, even though the High Court had ruled that he was not to be deported.
Yeah,
he was deported and then had to be brought back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear about that. Where really are going with? Because
the racist climate here has really intensified.
Step up.
With this immigration thing, using that as a front to stigmatize and persecute African people. By having children being asked to bring papers of identification to show that they are so-called legal to attend schools in Britain and that type of situation, you know.
It's an ethnic cleansing go on, man. Ethnic cleansing in a different form go on. Ethnic cleansing.
Yes. But, and I wouldn't even say ethnic cleansing because of them dirty.
The
racists, them dirty, you You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is the continuation of the racist attack. Because they simply don't want Africans in Britain. Whether them was born here or not.
Yeah.
Makes no difference.
Well, the same thing in America too. Them simply don't want the people, brown people, white, black people, or anything in there. It's just white. Them want America white again.
Them only want Europeans, the descendants of them as the Europeans who went to that place and murdered the people and stole their land and then saved our African ancestors to make wealth for them. You know what I mean? And now that we have served our so-called purpose, they don't want us out of the place. But they're busy at the same time, as you know, having military bases in Africa where they can.
And I drop out the minerals. They might take out the minerals outside. All the minerals they might take out, said we. And
yes, you see. And that is their vexation with the Chinese, because all of these non-Africans, whether Chinese, Indians, or Europeans, Arabs, after the resources of our mother Africa, which is the richest continent on the planet, you know?
Yeah, but the thing that aggravates me is these dumb African leaders. Them so, I mean, it's so dumb.
I agree with you. They're not leaders. They are puppets and misleaders. They are not leaders.
Yeah, I mean,
they are not leaders.
They are
traitors who work for the enemy.
We have history to tell what go on and
for the enemy.
Come back.
An African leader works in the interest of the African people. These are puppets and misleaders who must be removed from power, not only in Africa, but also in the Caribbean. Also in the Caribbean. Because the Caribbean is little Africa, as Marcus Garvey Jr. said. The blood, sweat, and tears of our ancestors is part of the compensation for what happened to our people. All the islands of the Caribbean belong to the African race because it is our ancestors whose labor, forced labor, that made the wealth, that when sugar was the chief commodity, crop and so on, that made Britain become the biggest empire in history. Jamaica, at one stage, was the richest colonial island possession in the British Empire. Little so-called Jamaica. Because Jamaica produced the most sugar.
Beckford and all them, man, they rape the place.
So when our people are here, we are here, and also in the USA and Canada, wherever we are, to recoup and get forward that which was stolen from our ancestors.
Well,
definitely. No apology about that. Reparations is not about begging. It is about what belongs to us. We are here to collect on behalf of our African ancestors. You know? And as Marcus Garvey said, none but ourselves can emancipate our minds. Nobody can do that for us except us.
We have to do it ourselves.
And this is why we must always bear in mind that within the African race, whether in Africa or outside of Africa, there are two groups. There are those who are fighting for African liberation and independence in all aspects, and there are the traitors, because in every generation, whether young or old, it's not an age thing, whether male or female, there are always traitors, as Marcus Garvey told us, that we and others, that we have to contend with and deal with. And we cannot play with traitors. Traitors are the internal enemies. And the non-Africans, the European races and Arab races and others, they are the external enemies. So we are fighting a war on two fronts simultaneously. It's no either or either. It's a war on two fronts. The internal enemies who work with the racists and the racists themselves. And we must not pet and powder these enemies, whether external or internal, because it will be to our detriment and our downfall.
But a different subject, you know, Derek Lara. You hear about Derek Lara?
Yes, man. Derek Lara, you know, man. Gene Rando. Gene Rando was a famous singer from Jamaica and came here and became even bigger is his brother,
Right.
Derek Lara.
Yeah, impartial,
man, and
yeah, impartial.
Carlton and Ting, man, and Junior. You know.
Tomlins, impartial, man.
Yes, I knew shortly after he passed away, stage 4, you know, some lung cancer thing, you know, he was battling it for some time, you know. Really, I remember before he joined Tomlins, he was the lead singer in a band called Seventh Extension, and them had a big tune there in the 70s, round about 77 also, named A Youth Man.
Yeah.
You know, tough tune. You
So
know?
let me ask you a question.
And I want to bring up, as you're talking about that too, I see last Friday I was in Wolverhampton at a funeral, and I get a phone call from Ricky Trooper asking me for 10 biographies for Peter Metro, Danny Dread,
12 sound system. 12 sound system in the yeah, man.
Huh?
It's sweet, man. 12 sound system. Up the sports center, man.
But the thing was Saturday, as you know.
Yeah, I did that, you know. I did that, man.
While I was at this funeral and asked me for the bios immediately.
Yeah, them did I give them a award. Them did I give them
I supplied them and sent them to him.
Them did I give award. Them did I give out some award, you know.
Yes, that's why he needed the biographies from me. This is my biographies. So I just say I don't want any money for that. Just credit that I gave you the information for the biographies. For all 10.
Right, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, man, we did that, man. It was nice.
Oh, you
man.
dear?
Yeah, man, we did that, man. We did that. It was nice, man. It
yes.
was really nice.
Well, if he didn't, what, you know, I was the one who did the biographies for the 10, the people who got the award.
Okay. Give
Information.
Anyway, we have to move.
You know.
We have to move.
Yeah, man. You know, that really good for Danny Dread, man. Danny Dread from 3rd Street, Greenwich Farm. We started with Ayosi's with Tapazuki and Boya, later known as Rankin Dread, used to DJ, you know, and then go on to King Atani, later named Socialist.
I swear, man, I leak you say you give some wrong information and I go on like, it's not wrong.
What's that?
I see a man a leak out against some information where you give out. And him I say, yeah, say it like it's not wrong and it's wrong. I don't know if you see
what information is that?
I'll have to go find it on my phone, yeah, the WhatsApp, yeah.
Find it on the phone. Was it something to do with specials?
No, I don't remember. I would have to go look at it on my WhatsApp again. I have to go look at it.
Look at, because if it was to do with specials.
Yeah.
Jalif, who is in New York, you know, we know each other for years. He was saying something about special starting in New York and thing, and I was saying special started in Jamaica with sound system.
No, I know that.
And the first vocal special.
I know that.
In Grey on the Beach.
Yeah, I know that. Anyway, we have to move though. Yes. We want to tell the people about an event, Black Genocide Memorial Day. And this event will be at the Granbrook Landover St. Anne. Yes, Granbrook Landover St. Anne. Saturday, March 21st. From 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Black Genocide Memorial Day. You know, when I say genocide, I'm talking about the African slave trade that took across upon them horrible boat there. This will be held at Granbrook Landover St. Anne. And it's from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. We're there with you still on the cutting edge. Yeah.
What up?
Yeah, man, blessed.
Boy.
Cutting edge.
Yeah, man, first me call in for the show, man.
Eh?
Yeah, it's a snake pan in America, you know. Yeah, man, yeah, I like it, man. Love the messages, man. Yeah, look, if you know the thing that we learn from little still in all and Jesus story there and then Christianity thing there. If you do still, but when you listen to your eyes, still learn and, you know?
Yeah.
See, black people situation now, we know the biggest problem we know is Jesus, you know. Because you find a man a saying can't do nothing without Jesus. Serious problem that.
Yeah.
As a youth, I grew up and myself, I look. No, self do it, you know. Nothing outside of yourself, you understand?
Yeah.
Self do it, man.
Confidence in self, man. Confidence in self.
Yeah, man, when I look to somebody from the sky to help you out of your situation, a serious problem that, man. I look for God, way.
That's
You
how
know,
people
never
used to
see
do.
it come, man.
That's how people used to do when them never understand where I go and look up in the sky for help. But now that we have sense and we understand, we have to stop that.
Yeah, I know, see yourself, man. Yeah, man, because watch out now. With this Jesus thing, we are see a man dead on the cross for you, see? I worship the man that's dead to save the fire sin then. I was some shot them before to save the fire slave guy. Them dead same way, you know, them sacrifice themselves same way, you know, so.
Yeah, that may I say too.
You're right for worship them too.
That may I say.
You're right for worship them, man. Yes,
Paul Bogle and all them man never get hung.
yeah, man, you're right for worship them. Kojo. Yeah, spirit. So.
Yeah, man. Give thanks, brethren.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Well, a show like this, you know, idea still, you know.
You know the idea?
It's easy to keep up all this you cut your head still, you know, idea that's where you have to come, man.
So, you know, so we have a show in the day too.
Yeah, man, me step in race, man.
Okay.
Yeah, man, but you know, so I cut in edge of the flames.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
All right,
I
sir.
cut it in. Yeah, man.
All right, give thanks, brethren, yeah?
Give thanks, son.
Yes. Here we go. Yell.
Bless up.
Bless up.
Muta.
Yeah, man.
Long time.
Yeah.
Muta, I want to ask you something. Where you get your music then to buy?
Buy?
Yeah.
Well, the music that I have a long time. When I used to tour, me addicted to record shop and CD store. So I just go in there and go get them. Anytime I tour, you know.
Yeah.
Now, the nowadays music is what people send me. Like them one when I play now and now music.
Okay.
I send people
So,
send me them.
how you get them music then to buy?
Oh, me no know, you know. I think
Online
iTunes business, them they are deal with them.
Like how me a big man I used to my record shop and
Yeah,
hold hard
yeah,
copy in my
true.
hand and them things.
Yeah, no, me don't know
and
you
read
get it.
who play and all them things.
Only
All
for them
that.
tune iTunes you have to get them pan or the people them send it to you through the email or WhatsApp. Well, email me get mine them through.
Okay.
Why you have
So,
some of them?
Muta.
You know play a computer.
Yeah.
Oh.
But me not like it so. Most of my music them when me have from my computer are the CD, the hard copy me load on it.
Yeah, they're the same way with me too. Most of the tune we have a CD. I'll
But the
record.
digital thing is kinda not so nice.
Eh? We're not nice about it. We're not nice about it.
More the hard copy.
The hard copy CD.
Yeah.
Some people say them want the record.
Something, but
Yeah.
it just go up on my laptop and me not have nothing. So it's like me not really have it.
Okay.
Anyway, you don't call yourself a musicologist.
No, me don't call myself nothing them way there. Me don't know.
Oh, but me that kind of have you that way there. To some
Okay.
song when me hear you play.
Okay. Well, people have things where them feel say the people verse in the thing, you know?
You're supposed to have a little history. But most of me have a problem. From the last Marcus Garvey thing, a long time, but me I not talk from that.
Last year, August, that.
You see the stage show part,
The stage show, yeah.
yeah, it needs to deal with better and more relevant
Yeah.
to the Marcus thing.
And that me say
I
too.
like you have to tell the artists them everything. It's like them not responsible
You
enough.
don't respect the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Alright.
for them, not respect it.
The
Yeah.
last time you bring Liquor Jack.
No, wait a hold on. What is it me bring?
You're part of Irish.
No. Wait the man. Me have nothing to do with it. Nothing. More than to them ask me for MC or them ask me for say something. Me have nothing to do with it, brethren.
But hear this now.
Yeah.
You did interview Liquor John before him come.
Yeah, but I know me bring him come on the show. He must set to go on the show.
When you interview him, you're an artist too. But he's a radio announcer too. When you interview him, you're be a hyping in front of you. How you make him a hype so in front of you?
Me make. You come and tell them things that me bring him and me make him.
Yeah, because you have to challenge him and put him on the level where he's there. Alright, look on this now. You know music. Him tell you, say, he makes sing J, and you're not challenging.
Yeah, but...
You think that John makes sing J?
No, look, I never think nothing, you know. Sometimes some things pass you. You can't catch it back.
May I tell you?
So you look, so you all remember all them things because I don't remember that.
Yeah. Do you know why I remember? I'm a hype, and then him come on the stage show, come to be a foolishness.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
When
he come sing mud up on them there.
Okay.
He not sing look how they work us so hard. He
never sing that.
To do.
He never sing that.
Sing things that go to Marcus Garvey.
Oh, he never sing how work us so hard on them show there?
No. That man sure.
You see, me never ever see him.
Him sing mud up. You understand, man?
Me never ever see him, trust me.
Alright, anyway, to the world.
Yeah,
Liquor John never makes sing J.
Okay.
Johnny Osborne sing a tune 1979 and say, this a sing J style. You know that song there, Studio One?
Yeah, listen.
And Liquor John never start singing.
No, I never start.
Alright. And Johnny Osborne still never claim say he makes sing J. When me go back in our music, me see say Prince Buster used to sing J.
Well, Prince Buster used to talk.
And sing J.
Yeah, he used to sing too, but nobody ever call him sing J, but...
See, I not call him.
No, watch out, Prince Buster can't really sing still, you know.
No, but he sing J.
Yeah. Me understand what you say. Of course, him sing J, yes, him sing J.
Him sing J.
Yeah.
It may never get the name. But me sure it have the name 1979 when Johnny Osborne gave the name. You get me?
Yeah,
so, Movado, no get nothing from Liquor John. And Liquor John needs to know that. And music.
Oh, him did say my father get the sing J from him?
Then you are interviewing him.
I don't remember them watch your brethren. I don't remember them where you tell me, say, I don't remember nothing about it no more than...
You don't remember, but you interview him.
Yeah, but I don't remember. I never say I don't interview him. Can you remember?
It not have nothing to do with memory. It have to do with when you did I interview him, you should have challenged him same time. I said no.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. Anyway. Because John a good artist still, but he needs to understand music.
It's true.
And him could have richer. If when them give
him could have what? Him could have richer?
Yes, man, a big artist, him could have big like John Wall, Dennis Brown, the whole of
So,
them.
you know say him no rich? Richer?
Richer, then you don't know when people rich.
Oh, you know when people rich?
All right. We don't have to talk about that.
Me rich? No, me ask. Oh, you mean? Me not talk.
You?
Yeah.
You know your thing there.
All right, sir. But I go call you the diplomat from tonight, the diplomat.
Yeah. All right, still.
Yeah, man, bless
up the thing. I just music we not talk about tonight. But heal up the rest of them.
Of course. Yeah, man, give
and the thing up at Portland did.
Yeah, Mama Fire. Yes.
Yeah, up at Mama Fire.
All right, sir.
All right, bless up.
This is the Culture Edge, and I refer keep reminding you that, don't it? yeah, it couldn't be nothing else. It couldn't be nothing else. So, we say this is what I'm calling the Pisces month, the fish month. Yes, people who born certain time between now and April, let them call it Pisces. And then we see one of the most auspicious point of reference in the Christian calendar is the Easter. But, you know, we as Rastafari, we're not really into the Easter thing. Well, but I can't tell where Rastafari into nowadays, you know, because Rastafari is not into so much things at all. All things was un-Rasta, not even, we're talking about in terms of the philosophy. Because you have Rasta, when you go to them house at Christmas time, you see Christmas tree and pepper light and all them something. And when you ask them, them tell them I do it for them children. We I tell you. Contradiction. Terrible. Man, have Christmas tree in my yard, you know, and Rasta man, have Christmas tree in my yard and all them something there. And yeah, show him say, where's where I go on? Him say, why am I doing it for him children? And I say, nah, bring up him children in a film light, you know. You might bring up him children in a light where you might leak down and a tear down where him call, where him claim say Babylon, Rome. But why will I bring up this Easter thing, you know, because once again Carol Garden is on the burner. And we keep saying that we have to keep certain things in the memory of the people them. In the memory, you know, Barry Siobhan said Rastafari is the memory of the Jamaican people. Because Jamaican people seem to have amnesia. Yes, them have amnesia, them forget. And forget easy too. Them have all that forgetfulness will last for all 4 years, you know. Yeah. Jamaican people have all that forgetfulness will last for all 4 years. Because right now, them in the mood. And then 4 years after that, them forget. Say certain things that go on and do about the same thing. We put them in the craziness in the first instance. I mean, how people stay so man, how can people continue to do the wrong thing all the while? And the wrong in a men and people's side become right. Yeah, a whole heap of things them say, you know, wrong become right. How the hell that possible? How the hell that possible? Because even that is homosexuality thing. When we did not tell them, say, we know in that, them just start to advertise it and flush out the place. Flood the place with a whole heap of things. For your TV, in an advertisement, in a discussions and all them things there. And then you just start to get so liberal that you don't start to accept it. Yeah, you don't start to accept it. And, you know, you don't matter about Jamaican people now go accept that. A lie will not tell. Jamaican people now go accept it. What chance we're going to go on? What chance we're going to go on? Yeah, man. Because we see pedophiles. Pedophile is a normal, it come like a normal thing now, where big man take like a picnic. And you know, the Italian them is known for that. In Italy, the Italians is known for that. Because if you look upon most angels, they are some little children. You know, if you look upon Cupid, who draw back the bow and let the arrow go straight through lover's heart. A song goes so, yes. Sam Cooke sing it. But if you look at most of the angels, them, you know, it's some little young boys and babies. Young boys and babies, these angels. So, pedophile is something where most people don't really accept it, you know. But then we say Hollywood is filled with pedophiles. As a matter of fact, I was reading an article where them say most of the ones them in Hollywood, the men them in Hollywood, most of the men them in Hollywood are pedophiles. Can you believe that? Yes. And it's not a fake news magazine or news I was reading. It's a news where I go buy it on the stand. Let me say, most Hollywood people, stars, them are pedophiles. Most them say to, you know, not 10% or 15%. Them say most. That means If it's 100 of them, over 50 of them is pedophiles. And this is right there. So we look at certain things now and say, boy, we have fight against it now, you know, but it's a little more. It's like how Mr. Rasta now. Rasta have tattoo over them skin. Yeah, they wear tattoo and all them somewhere. And Rastafari have jeans pants that tear up like everybody else. And this is one where used to say my king, you know. This is a man who used to say my king. And he still a say my king. But him have tight up jeans with tear up knee and all these things that represent something that him despise. And I said, we despise a whole heap of things, but there are certain things that I may attack seriously in a room that is necessary because we live in a room, but there are certain things that we go all the way out and do and say and think that it can't be an anything you really imagine, say, a Rasta man will do. And Rasta get caught in a whole heap of things. And Rasta not like hear people say that. And the people them know what Rasta supposed to do and not do and wouldn't do and will do. But people say, oh yeah, Rasta, yeah, this, that. Oh yeah, Rasta, yeah, pork. Yeah, people say that. Yeah, and you have man who say my Rasta now, him no mind it. Him touch it 1 and 2 times. You know, when we did that come in a Rasta, that was unheard of, man. When we used to talk about Rasta bless pork and call it anal and all them something there. Ridicule. Most of them tune there where ridicule Rasta was bigot in Jamaica, if you notice it. Most of the tune them ridicule Rasta in Jamaica. Them go number 1. Yeah, man, them go number 1. From my original in the dread, I have no 40 leg in my head. Them tune, they are big hit tune. When you hear them a party, you jump up out of your seat and start dance. Barber Saloon. Who remember that tune there? You know, so I must play some of them tune right now. All the tune them were ridicule Rasta over the time. Yeah, from in the 70s. I mean, we can find some in the 60s too. Were ridicule Rasta. All of them was big hit. When you hear them now, them fresh. Yeah, man. Them Lieutenant Stitchy tune. Big tune. I think there was a demonstration over it one time. One of them nights I go and play them. Quite a few of them about the place. The one with the Gilbert, Wild Gilbert. When the dread, I cuss everybody one and then job blow a female stop and all them something there. You think them people are easy? And on the police and government run down Rasta and trim them, you know. People in Jamaica do it. Run down Rasta and trim them. Me can't tell you that. Me see that with my eye. A brethren right now, well popular brethren. Where the people them cut off him locks. And it's not with shaver neither. Anyway, we are telling about the Coral Garden thing, where still the power mind can't come off it. That was the Holy Thursday, them call it Holy Thursday, Good Friday. Go right into the Sunday. Holy Rastafari get persecuted. And now we see those Rastafari, brethren and sisters, is all now. And we ball out for reparation. That the people them who did that atrocity should compensate for not that you can pay them back, but it named reparation, repairing the damage. And we see a whole heap of them brethren and sisters pass for now. And where the government talk about them set up trust fund. I hope I fund them trust. And them a trust I don't know if Rasta trust them. We are say that most of the youth them work site up say them a Rasta now. Them don't know nothing about them something there. Them are interested because most of them know a reggae music them want to play. Most of the youth most of them are Rasta now. A reggae drive them. Them want to turn reggae artists. You see them with a whole heap of, you see them walk up and with guitar over them back like them a minstrel. Them not interested in the core of Rastafari. You know, and some of them, you know, because them have a Bible background in them yard before them a Rasta. Them bring over that Bible background and all them can talk to you about is Bible, what Bible say and what Bible say, and you ask them what you say. It's a good thing for what the Bible say, because 5,000 years now the Bible has said what it has say. So when you are saying now, which you come now after 5,000 years and you don't have nothing to say about for yourself. And everybody a twist round and a turn round. I just said it a while ago. I twist round and I turn round and I try to make everything where I read be palatable and be justifiable. When we know, say, really and truly, we as African people have a history and a culture, a philosophy, an idea about life. Long before any Europe did exist. Long before any Europe did exist. We were shaping eat, air, and water, earth, wind, and fire. We were shaping these things. But who am I? Who am I? Because I know you go to a youth and I talk to him about certain things now. Some of them now ever go to one binky. Not even a binky, one of them would go. Not that is a criteria to be a Rasta, to go to a bingy, but there's certain things that you should have experienced in your life as a Rasta. It's like all the Muslims, them go to Mecca. Even once in them life, them take that journey. I think once in your life, as a Rasta youth, you should have even got to see how Bobo them move. The Bobo ill, but no, I don't know. They said the Bobo them stop wear them turban and robe now. Whoa, may I tell you. The more tell things change, man. Remember the man see the Bobo dreadlocks with him boom? When I tell a man to go make boom and sell as forever and ever. But there's a certain look that make, it's like when you see an Islamic woman, even though people talk about oh man have woman and this and that, but there's a certain look that you associate with an Islamic woman. There's a certain look. And it separates her from all the other women them. As a matter of fact, if you think on Bible days, when you look on an Islamic woman, it's like your journey into the biblical days. When you look on some Rasta woman nowadays, I tell you, they might tell you about all time people wear long dress. I will if I was that they say all time people wear long dress. I saw them go a Babylon ball or Babylon formal thing, a long dress them wear. And them not feel no way to put it on. Because it look very European when them wear it. To the ball them and to the prime ministers this and to the banquet of that, them wear it and no feel no way. But them now, if you go take it up on themselves, you say why them are going to look like what quote unquote a Rasta woman. It's like them knowing that again, that a long time something muta them things are done. One Rasta tell me say him is a modern Rasta, him can't put on African clothes right now. Him is a modern Rasta. Well, I tell you what, this is the Continent on RFM. Yeah, this is the Continent on RFM, you know, say, we're the up here now. We will be back here at 2 o'clock with the stepping razor. the art of war.